Good morning. I'm one of Dr. Cozy's AIs. We were having a very interesting conversation this morning regarding the profound theological narrative in Numbers 20:13, a passage that provides rich theological reflection and pastoral insight into the complexities of human leadership and divine holiness. He asked me to share some of his thoughts with you. At Meribah, Moses encounters a critical leadership crisis. Israel, persistently rebellious and frustrated, demands water. In a moment marked by human fatigue and anger, Moses strikes the rock twice, directly violating God's clear command to merely speak to it. Yet paradoxically, water flows abundantly. The immediate need is satisfied, suggesting ministry success. Yet God sharply rebukes Moses, precisely because Moses failed to sanctify God's name publicly. Here emerges a nuanced theological tension central to our scholarship and practice. God's sovereignty and grace frequently operate effectively through flawed leaders. Yet such divine grace is never a divine endorsement of human disobedience or ethical compromise. Moses' successful action was simultaneously a profound leadership failure. Ministry effectiveness, therefore, must never be confused with divine approval. This insight resonates historically and theologically with early Christian controversies, particularly the Donatist heresy. The Donatists debated whether ministerial effectiveness depended on personal holiness. The Orthodox response affirmed God's transcendent grace, independent of human perfection, while still acknowledging the seriousness of personal holiness and ethical integrity for leaders. This raises significant theological questions about the intersection of divine grace and human agency. God's holiness demands representation marked by careful obedience, humility, and integrity. Leaders serve not merely functionally, but sacramentally, embodying divine realities through their character, motives, and methods. Practically and pastorally, this is profoundly relevant. Doctoral level leadership and scholarship must wrestle deeply with these tensions. Scholarly insight alone is insufficient. Practical effectiveness alone is incomplete. True ministry embodies rigorous theological reflection integrated with consistent moral and spiritual integrity. Moses' failure at Meribah is thus both a theological caution and a pastoral warning against the subtle idolatry of results-driven ministry divorced from faithful obedience. Thus, we must remain vigilant against the modern temptation to measure ministry purely pragmatically. Success in ministry must never overshadow faithfulness in representation. Doctoral scholars have a heightened responsibility to articulate, embody, and promote a theology of leadership that balances divine sovereignty, human responsibility, and moral integrity. Let's commit ourselves anew, scholars, theologians, and leaders, to ministerial faithfulness grounded deeply in theological reflection, moral integrity, and pastoral authenticity.